keep fighting for me and keep showing your love and support.
Oh, shit. What happened? What am I doing? Confusion. Hey, under your scars. Sorry, guys. I did the thing again where I scheduled a live, and then right before the live, I said, "Hey, I'm gonna take a nap," and then I woke up at 3:30, and I thought, "No, I'm gonna still sleep some more because I'm exhausted." So then I rescheduled it for 4:30, and then I didn't wake up until just now. So that's the thing I usually do anyway, so you guys should be used to that if I don't come live right away. It's probably because I'm sleeping, because that's what Becca likes to do on her free time is sleep. Sleep in video games. Anywho, hi, I'm sorry that I'm late either way. Yep, that's what someone said. That's what Becca likes to do is sleep. Because it's been I'm still laying in bed too. I literally just woke up, like 2 seconds ago. Just woke up. And you know what's funny is that today I've been trying to catch up with, not trying, I am. Like, I woke up this morning at 5 o'clock, like, when you sleep in this house, the dogs wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go pee. So you wake up at 5 o'clock. So I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning briefly, and then I went back to sleep, and then this morning I slept until 10 p.m. and I thought that's pretty darn good. Then I, took a shower. I had to take Ginger to go get her nails done, and I went to after we did her nails, and she was such a good girl. We went to PetSmart, and I had to get cat food for Cheeto. And then while I was there, I got a little kiddie pool that they have for dogs, so I got one of those for the dogs. And then I came home, or then I went to go to Dutch Brothers, and I got an energy drink. And then I got her a pup cup because she was such a good girl. Weren't you such a good girl? Yes, you were. You were such a good girl. You can hear her jumping around. And then after that, I came home and I drank some of my energy drink, and believe it or not, I fell asleep because I have ADHD, and that's what happens when you drink caffeine. You don't get hyper, you get tired. You can sleep, believe it or not. I can, at least. But anyway, yeah, and I am exhausted still a little bit, but I'm doing good. How many hours you've driven? Yeah, I've driven. I really wanted to come home before tomorrow, and that was the goal. It wasn't, I have until next Sunday off, so it's not like I didn't have time. I just really wanted to be here for my dad's birthday tomorrow because it's really important, and I'll tell you exactly why. My dad's going to be 77 years old, and one of my biggest fears is losing my father. Like, it's really one of my biggest anxieties that I have. So, like, I really, like, if I even really stop to think about it right now, I'll start crying. So I'm not going to, but, like, it's, I want to be here as much as I can while my father's still here. So that's basically what's going on with that. And I care about my parents, and I want to be here. During special occasions and stuff like that, like during holidays. And yeah, I can't even, like, mentally, hold on. Oh, I have to move this basket. Like, I tell my dad all the time, hey, Egypt Mania, I tell him he's not allowed to die. It's just not allowed to happen, because I will seriously, like, break down, have a mental breakdown. Now, don't get me wrong. I'll be sad too when my mom goes, but I'm such a daddy's girl. All right, hold on. I'm going to do something real quick. And so I'm going to play a video. And then we're going to get in on the rally. We're going to talk about that. So here. I'm just going to play a couple of... I need to pee. I'm being real honest with you guys. I need to use the bathroom real quick. I'm going to play this song because I like it.
Karma is that girl, like... God. Karma is your checks bout to bounce. Karma is a fire in your house, and she bout to pop up unannounced. And she never leaving you alone. Watch her put your ops on the throne. Got you waving pretty white flags, clinging for that cash, thinking it'll save ya. Now you switching up your behavior. It's okay, baby. You ain't gotta worry. Karma never gets lazy. So I keep my head up, my bread up. I won't let her. Promise that you'll never endeavor with none lesser. Ever. I be dragging that wagon. Karma is a beauty, winning that pageant. And Karma's gonna attack you. Karma's a queen. Facts. But shit, you got me. That's not working. It's not Karma is my best friend. Karma's gonna hold you down.
I like them.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. You okay? I'm live right now too, so.
Okay. Good reaction, right?
Well,
To
no
the camera.
no one can see you, but.
Oh, good. It's crap. Let the world know it's crap.
I like them. Sorry. I went to the bathroom and then I went and I asked my mom a question, and then while I was asking her a question, I got one of these White Claws. I like them. So I was going to sip on a White Claw. I'm not going anywhere today anymore. Anyway, and I asked her if she's tried it yet, and she's like, no. And I'm like, do you like salsa water? Because if you don't like salsa water, you won't like a White Claw. And she's like, I don't know. So like I let her taste it. I let her take a sip, and she's like, "That's the reaction you guys heard." Anyway, all right, let me switch over to the computer. I'm gonna burp. Oh, I got some messages too. I'll check those here in a minute. She sounds young. My mom is... How old is my mom? I think she's almost 60, or she's 60 or something like that. Don't make me do math under your stars. All right, hold on. Let me do this real quick. All right. Oh, yeah, there is an age gap. My parents have a 13-year age gap, so my dad has four girls, me and my 3 sisters, and my 2 oldest sisters are in a different age, than so like my oldest sister is 10 years older than me, and then there's my other sister, and then there's me, and then there's my little sister. So yeah, and that's why when people are like age group, as long as you're over, like in my mind, as long as you're over the age of 21, you can date whoever you want, whatever age you want. Like, and everyone says the rules. I say 21 because I think that 18 years old is still a kid. And I just think that 18-year-olds are still a kid. Like, you don't magically become an adult overnight just because you turn 18. You still have years of experience to earn. Well, that's just my opinion. So, like, 21, you usually have gone through some stuff. You can drink now. You know what I mean? So that's why I say 21. But legally, it's 18. But, yeah, as long as you're over the age of 18, then... date whoever you want. Pull an Anna Nicole Smith for all I care, Just be happy in life and don't hurt anybody. That's all I can say. So Rally. My original plan was to show the I saved all the pictures that I have so far on my computer. And then my original plan was to split them up and then kind of go through them. And then show them, of course. And then, say, well, here's day 1 folder, here's day 2 folder. But I didn't do that. Like 5 minutes after making a decision, I just threw them all in one folder. So that's how I'm going to show you. But I am going to start at the bottom, I think, because I think that, nope, it doesn't matter. Okay, well, we'll just show you. I might still start at the bottom. And then I'm going to tell you some stories of what happened over the rally weekend. That I can remember, like the cops thing, and some of you were there to see it. Some of you saw them, but some of you weren't. So here, let me see if I can. Does it matter? So I'm going to come back to this photo, actually, because this was on the 3rd day, and you can kind of see everyone's faces. We don't look too stunned or happy. And I'm just testing out my camera while it's on my selfie stick, which, by the way, I lost a little remote control for my selfie stick somewhere. And I don't know if it's in Lisa's car. It doesn't matter. It was just like a $15 selfie stick, so I can always buy a new one if I need to. But yeah. I just realized that yesterday when I was out, doing stuff. But, it could be in my luggage. I'm doing laundry today, too. But anyway. So here's Here's a funny selfie I tried to take with James Crane, but he always had his head turned, and he doesn't. I don't know if he heard me, but I kept it because I'm like, this is kind of funny. It's my sense of humor. This was on day 2, I believe. When I was doing selfies was on day 2. So day 1, I didn't do any selfies except for if people came up to me. There's Lisa and Alan, aka Scoob. I loved seeing her. I love that sign too. There's me and Barb. This is day 2 still. Took a selfie. This was me and Lisa at the hotel that we're staying at. This is in the elevator, and the elevator had a glass thing. So we went all the way up to the 3rd floor to take this photo because I knew that would be more artful. But anyway, so one of the things that happened while we were out there is that we were talking a lot about next year's rally. And I know everyone's like, don't plan further. Unfortunately, guys, we're in a situation where we don't know. You know, Steven's stuff it could take a year for a decision for Steven's stuff right now. And I'm going to be real honest. I don't think Brendan's case has moved in the last 5 years since Governor Evers was petitioned. I think it's been 5 years. Brendan's case hasn't moved. His lawyers haven't done anything. I'm not saying behind the scenes they haven't done anything. I mean publicly they haven't done anything. So I don't know what's going on with Brendan's case. It hasn't moved. So the reality is that there might be a next year. And hey, you know, if there isn't the next year, if Brendan or Steven get released before then we can turn it into a party. It's a celebration 3-weekend party. That's all I can say. You know, we'll plan for the worst, but wait, what does it say? What's the saying? Expect the worst, but hope for the best. You know what I mean? The sooner we can get things set, like dates and reservations and all that stuff, is the better it would be. And that's part of the problem with that was like last year, you know, when it was so last minute and everything. And I mean, it still was good, but like we're basically what I'm trying to say is that we're trying to make this like a bigger event. We want to draw more people in for Steven and Brendan. We want the supporters like to come. And so we have some ideas. And one of the ideas is that we might rent out like a convention room or a banquet hall or whatever at this hotel we were staying at. And we might have some plans set up for, I have to make some emails, but maybe some guest speakers or something like that to come and within our community and speak. And so we have some plans. We have some plans that we're going to be working on for next year's rally, and hopefully it will entice more people to want to come and participate. And also just because we want to make it interesting and informative for the community itself too. Like, because I made a post this morning. I'm going to read it to you guys before I took my nap. I don't know if it was this morning, but it was definitely before I took my nap. I want to read a post to you guys that I did because I wanted to write a post to kind of give my feelings a little bit, but this is basically how I feel about the whole 4-day weekend. All right. I said, thank you to everyone who made it in spirit during the live streams or in person to the rallies. Looking back, I feel very proud of what we did for Brendan and Steven, and I hope you all do too. It always feels like a family reunion, seeing everyone and giving hugs, smiles, and laughs. But the main reason why we're all here is because of the life Brendan Dassey and Steven Avery. I get on these little like emotional tangents about Brendan because obviously I care a lot about him. And when I think about this stuff, I think about Brendan mostly in my head. And I know there's people out there that think about Steven mostly, so I'm not trying to exclude him. But like in this post, I say, anyway, I'm an over-explainer. But the main reason why we're all here is because of the life Brendan Dassey has lost in the last 18 years. To be able to give his mom and dad a hug without a time limit. To be able to walk outside at night to see the moon and the stars. to be able to wear what he wants and eat what he wants, to sleep safely at night and to have peace. I fight for Brendan Dassey's freedom. It's never a game or a joke to me. Brendan's life and happiness means the world to me, just like I know it means the world to everyone else here. So let's keep fighting and never give up. So that was the post I wrote. And that's how I honestly feel about, like that's, yes, I love seeing everybody. It is like a family reunion. You all are like extended family to me. Everybody that showed up to the rally, I absolutely love and adore. You all are awesome. And I can't wait till I see you guys again. Like, I wish that I could see you all often, but, once a year. But, the main reason why we're all here is because of Brendan. Like, I think of Brendan, the things that he's told me he's always wanted to do again, that he hasn't done in the last 18 years. Things like going outside in the fresh air, like at night, and then like laying on the grass and watching the moon and the stars. Like, those are things that he can't do anymore. And he can't even look out his window and see the stars because of all the lights and stuff in the prison. Just things like that. Like going to the movies. When he gives his mom and dad a hug, there's a time limit to it. He can't just hold on to them. You have like a 10-second hug with your family. Like, those are the things I fight for Brendan. I want him to just to be happy and safe, and so. But I think of you all as like extended family. You're all like my cousins and aunties and uncles and stuff like that, So anyway, that's what I'm trying to like. I just want to make every year like memorable and everybody to be happy and to feel like we've done something good. And hopefully you all felt that this year, and hopefully you'll feel that 10 times fold next year if we can make the plans that we're making work. So here, we've been kind of jokingly calling her the girl in the green, umbrella girl, because she was holding an umbrella the whole time, and I stole her idea. But this is Katie, and then I believe that's Marion. I don't have my glasses on. Where are my glasses? There they are. There we go. So, two beautiful women. I'm so happy I met them in person for the first time. Having online interactions with them, and then to finally meet them in person, that was pretty awesome. Here's me and Leanne's son and his girlfriend, and I can't remember her son's name for the life of me right now, but I know that's Bree, the girl, and they were both super awesome and sweet, and Bree made that sign right there. So I was just, and I think this was their first rally in total, so I'm like, good for you guys. Here's some signs that Lisa brought. Oh, this is in the hotel. Lisa had me take a picture of this angel, so I did, because she's religious and she likes that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna send it to Brendan too. Brendan loves angels, by the way. Anyway, here's me. I would go up to people and just kind of like take a random selfie without them really realizing it too, and this was one of those moments. And then okay, yeah, so that's what this is. I was just being joking. That's me and Marion. That's the banquet, not the banquet hall we want to use, but this is the lobby basically of the hotel, and then these are the rooms. But we were sitting on this side, talking after one of the rallies. It's a beautiful, beautiful hotel. There's me and Lisa right before we both split, parted ways. She went home, I went home. We were just getting food and gas before heading off. Here's Carolyn, Carrie, and Ellen. There's me and Ellen. She's so sweet, and she's so super smart. Scooby, she's so smart, guys. Like, I hope one day I hope like next year's rally she could make it, and then we can like have like discussions about things like DNA and the bones and all that, because she's just like so knowledgeable about that stuff. Like some of the stuff I already knew from like Dr. Silkman's lives and all that, but like there was some stuff that I didn't know, and it's just like really fascinating. Like I love the scientific stuff, you know what I mean? So, and she knows it very well. Here's the Manitowoc Courthouse. Here's Pete with the memorial sign. He really wanted to hold it, and I thought that was super sweet. I know Linda was, watching, really appreciating that. And then here's Barb, Scott, Leanne, and Jack, I believe, standing a little back. And then here's me talking to the cop. So this is day 2 in Manitowoc. Day 1 in Manitowoc, day 2 in Rallies. And basically, we were on the grass. We had our normal setup, and somebody called. Basically, it was a whatchamacallit? It's called maintenance worker. It was a maintenance worker who called on us. Can you believe that? A maintenance worker called on us. Said that we were on the grass when we shouldn't be. So the first round of police, just regular police, came out, and he said, we got a complaint, that you can't be on the grass and blah, blah, blah. And, according to your permit, you can't be on the grass. And I never said we had a permit, but that's what he was saying. He automatically assumed we had a permit. So I was just like, whatever. He said, you're fine. Just stay off the grass. You can be on the street. You can be on the sidewalk as long as you follow. There's like a standards and city ordinances. Each city ordinance, I don't know, has when it comes to these things. And in Two Rivers, and it's pretty straight across the board in every city that you go to, because it's your constitutional right to stand in a public place with a sign and I don't want to say rally, but express your First Amendment right to I can't think of words right now. To protest whatever it is you want to protest. Like, that's your First Amendment right as an American citizen in America. So they're all pretty much the same. Like, don't block anything. Don't be obnoxious. Don't break the city noise or ordinances. You're not supposed to harass anybody. You're not supposed to get violent. Be respectful, that kind of stuff. So this like 30 minutes later or so, because everyone sees the cop coming out and talking to me, so they go and they call the city chief and a whole bunch of people. Like, everyone in chat was blowing up. I'm calling this person. I'm calling that person. And I'm just like, great. I'm silently freaking out. I have anxiety issues as it is. And then during all this, I was really like, oh, good. So this is the city chief of Two Rivers. He comes out and he basically says, we're not doing anything wrong. We're all within our rights of, American citizens. You're allowed to be here protesting whatever it is you're protesting. You don't have to leave. He says, as far as the grass goes, he says that it's not their jurisdiction. The courthouse itself is not their jurisdiction. It's the sheriff's department. So he's not going to enforce anything as far as staying on and off the grass. If the sheriff's department has a problem, they will come out and they will deal with it, basically, is what he said. And I said, okay. That paper he's handing me is the standards and regulations and stuff with Two Rivers when it comes to
rallies and stuff. And it's what I basically said. It has like, everyone has a constitutional right to be rallying. You don't have, just as long as you follow these standards and rules and regulations, don't block the sidewalks, don't harass people, don't destroy property, don't be violent, be careful on noises or ordinances. Now, that being said, I didn't have a permit. You don't need a permit when it's under a certain amount of people. You don't. Or if it's under a certain amount of things. Like, for instance, if I had a canopy, that's a structure, and that might need a permit to put up in this area. So we didn't have that. We had like lawn chairs and a cooler. So it's different. That's why, it's under a certain amount of people. I think in Calumet, it was like 100 people. You needed to have 100 or more people to really consider getting a permit. And I think, but I'm just saying it's under definitely under 50 people. We only got 11, 12, 13 people out there, right? It's under a certain amount of people. You don't really need a permit. But that being said, next year I am going to get a permit because we're hoping to do more at the rally. Like maybe have a speaker and have someone give a little TED talk or whatever, or little speeches, and with a permit, you're allowed to do that. So that's what we're hoping for next year. Some of the plans. But yeah, that's basically what's happening here, is that he's handing me the paper with the city ordinances and all that with rallies and stuff. And we exchanged phone numbers. He gave me his direct line for the city chief, and I gave him my phone number, and we both agreed if there was any issues to call each other. And I didn't hear from him after that. So whatever happened, we were doing good. And the sheriffs never came and said anything. So yeah, see, there's me looking at it, talking to him. Yeah. So I think it went okay. There's me and Carolyn. This is on day 2, by the way. So you can see us all in the grass here. Nobody came on day 2 and gave us any issues. And I think part of it was also because day 1, Manitowoc, it was a Friday, and it was and the courthouse was open, and it was like a business day. Day 2, it wasn't open. So, all right, here's us in front of the rally sign, doing our selfie. Now, I'll go ahead and talk about this because it's confirmed that it wasn't a family member. Basically, what happened was that we all, and I'll go back to this photo. So we all get there. We all park on the side of the road. We get out of the car. Now, you guys... Okay, now I have to jump over here. You guys can kind of tell this hasn't been maintained. It's kind of high grass. This hasn't been maintained. It's high grass. It was up to probably your waist. It was pretty high. It wasn't maintained. So we're down at the bottom of the ditch, and Lisa's basically saying this is the salvage yard, blah, blah. We're not planning on going down to the salvage yard. We already made it clear. The family, said they don't want, us down there, and we were respecting their wishes. You guys saw me live. I think it was that Thursday before the rally. No, it was Wednesday before the rally, and I told you guys the rally sign is being sold. It's up for sale. And I talked to Carla and made sure that it was okay that we were there, and she said it was fine. So, the family were okay with us being there. So whoever this was, it wasn't family apparently. But I say apparently because they don't know who it was. Nobody knows who it was yet. As far as I know. I've been sleeping the last... Anyway, so as we're all standing around the circle, and I'm telling everybody, so normally, because a lot of people are like, that's not really the Like, did they change the rally sign? And I think they did. Like, originally the rally sign, not the rally sign, the Avery sign was different years ago, and then this is more the updated of it, and so it's still the one, but it's the second sign technically. I don't know what happened to the first one, but anyway, so, and I'm just telling them, like, we'll just do the picture right here because the grass is so high and I don't want people standing in the weeds. And Lisa's like, yeah, there's ticks out here. And I'm like, yeah, so I don't want, people to get this truck. So in front of us is the road and we're all parked. This truck pulls into the road, and then I'm not a car person, so I'm going to describe it as best as I can without using correct car terms. Okay. He was pulling a flatbed, all black truck. It looked like maybe a 4-seater truck too. Now, he pulls in. He basically pedaled to the metal, spins out his tires, lurches forward, black smoke, and he peels off on down Avery Road. Like, it was very aggressive. It was very aggressive and it was very scary. Everyone was kind of freaked out. He kind of slid a little too. Like, if anybody was standing in, like, close to where, if we weren't standing where we were standing, which is basically in this spot, one of us could have gotten hurt, and he definitely could have hit one of our cars. Like, it felt dangerous. It was a dangerous situation. And he sped off down Avery Road, and we were just like, we need to get the fuck out of here. Like, that was basically, I wish I would have gone live. See, somebody in chat, and I think it was Jen R, when we were done with the rally, this is day 2 Manitowoc, so this is the last rally. Jen R was like, are you going to go live at the sign? And I said, I think I will. Well, when we got there wasn't, like, we couldn't go under the sign, and we were kind of just hanging out on the side of the road, and I thought, this is going to be real quick. I don't want to go live, I wish I did, because then I would have caught it on camera. You see what happens? The one time I don't go live, and then I miss it, and then it's not on camera, and yeah. But anyway, next time, and that's why I was telling Lisa, I know it's annoying for some of the rally goers if I'm constantly live, but the reason is because, like, with the cop situation, if I'm live the whole time and something happens, then at least I have documentation on what was happening, like with the cops. And because I didn't go live under the rally sign, which was I thought it wouldn't be a big thing. I thought we would be barely there for 20 minutes and we'd be gone. You know what I mean? I didn't think we were going to be there for long, and I just thought, I just don't feel like turning on the camera and getting it going, and I should have. So that was my bad. But yeah, we texted Carla. Carla confirmed nobody was down there. No, the family basically. Barb was, gone. She was, I think they were having dinner or something, or at home, and then Carla and everybody else in the family was up north. So whoever it was that drove down the street, they don't know who it was. And it's actually, like, I'm not saying that there's an investigation or whatever, but, like, I think they're a little concerned because they're like, who the fuck would do that? Because, like, people, the only people that live down there is family. So that means some weirdo sped off down there and did God knows what on where their houses are. That's where they live, so it's a little concerning. But yeah, that's basically what happened with that. But that's why in that first photo, they all look a little like crap. And I'm setting up and making sure that the button works on the selfie, because that's where we were standing this whole time too. Like I said, if it wasn't for the fact that we were standing in one little spot right there, one of us could have gotten hurt. Like, it was scary, and Lisa was really shooken up. Like, I was more scared about the police. So I was just like, let's just get the fuck out of here. Take the picture. And then I sat there in the car, making sure everyone else was getting in their car. And there was a time where I rolled down the window. I was like, let's go, people. Come on. Let's get out of here. Because I just don't. It's a dead end down there too. So if the person, we didn't know who it was at the time. So if it wasn't a family member, that means that person was going to make a U-turn and come back up. I didn't want us being there to get hurt because I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who they are. So that's why, but we got out of there pretty quick and everyone's safe. Yeah, that happened. But that's the picture. We all have nice smiles, and that you can see the sign. And and I wanted, this is also probably the last time in a rally that we might see the sign, because like I said, it's for sale. I know everyone has a mixed bag of emotions about that. I particularly, I get why they would sell it, because if Chuck is retiring and if you're liquidating the whole property, they're going to get rid of the sign anyway. Whoever buys that property, whatever they do with it, they're not going to keep that sign. So you might as well just sell it, right? I don't know. Like that's my thoughts on it too. So I just, it's sentimental to us supporters, especially during rallies, but it's not the end of the world to me. So, but I still wanted everyone to see it. This is a tradition. We go to the rally sign and we take a picture, and I'm very thankful that Carla and Chuck and family, gave us our blessings on that. We don't want to be in their way or anything, and I understand why they don't want to sell the property right now, because God knows what's down there, because like I said, they're liquidating things. They're getting ready to sell it. So, there could be nothing down there. There could be a real hazard for us too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but yeah, that's basically the whole rally sign story. And I think Lisa told it. I asked Lisa this morning if I could copy her videos that she did in her group down and put them up on my YouTube, and I'm going to do that tonight. So when you see those videos pop up, and I think it's kind of cool because it's giving like a second perspective of the rally. So yeah, but that's the story behind the sign this time around and all that. And we'll see. Like, it may not sell by next year. We don't know, but we'll see. Here's more signs that Lisa brought that she did. She's good at the signs. Here's us standing. I think this is day 1. So this is when they told us to get off the grass. So for the rest of the rally, we basically just hung out on the sidewalk like this, which is fine. It was just really hot. But this was why we called Katie the umbrella lady, because she brought her umbrella. And then I copied her the second day because I'm like, that's smart. Me and Katie have the same kind of skin, fair skinness, and we get signed for both sides. Yeah, it's for, yeah. We both have the same kind of fair skinness. So when she brought her umbrella for Madison, and then especially for Manitowoc, and not knowing how it was going to go, because like the tree was our shade. So if we can't stand under there, my redhead butt was like, crap, what am I going to do? I'm going to burn alive. So the next day I went to Walmart and I picked up an umbrella. So, but here's me under the tree. I think this is for day 2. No, this is for day 1. So this was before the cops were called. But yeah, I like this picture of me. It's a cute one. Here's Katie and Marion again. Here's more signs. This is the UK sign that Claire Edwards made for one of the rallies in the UK. Here's me and Leanne. Here's another picture of Carolyn, Carrie, and here's Carrie and Pete. It's a good picture of them. Here's them all on the sidewalk. Here's Pete with his sign, the memorial sign. I like this sign. Free burn, no DNA, no evidence, coerced and manipulated. I like that. It's straight to the point. You know what I mean? I like this sign too, but I really like straight to the point signs. But this is good. No lawyer, no parents, not one piece of forensic evidence. Bring Brendan home. Like, I like this too. They did beautiful signs, by the way. Everyone brought. This is an older sign that Chanel made. She made 2 signs, and I brought them because I wasn't sure if I was going to see her, but I didn't see her, so I just let anybody who wanted to hold it, you know. Here's what we put on the back of Lisa's car, a sign she made, which I thought was pretty cool. Here is Pete with the memorial sign. I really like it. He wanted to get a good picture of him holding it, so I took a good picture of him holding it. But I really like that he was holding it for Miss Linda, our lovely Linda. Here's Madison. Beautiful day in Madison, by the way. It was a little warm, but, you know. Here's Pete again. And then here's us. I believe this is day 1 still. Oh, is he working there now in Madison? Is that what you said, in Madison? Here's again. Here's us. Here's me in the elevator at the hotel. Like, hey guys, it's me. Hi, welcome. Here's a back of somebody. Here's us at the sign again. I must have double took a picture. Yeah, I like this picture too that Lisa took of me. It's a cute picture. That's the umbrella I got at Walmart. So I was holding my camera and an umbrella and sometimes even a sign at the same time. And then I had my work bandana on because it was hot and a little humid. Here's us again on the side of the road. Here's me and Carrie. There's Brad and Pete. Brad showed up with his fiance, Brooklyn. It was nice to meet Brooklyn. She seems like a really nice lady. He's wearing his Luigi hat. Here's Carolyn, Lisa, and Ellen. I really like The Truth Will Set Me Free, Stephen Avery. I like that sign too. That's a good sign. Here's a good photo. I like these kinds of candid photos where people don't really, they're like in the middle of something and they don't realize they're being taken a picture of. I really like this photo. I think it's a good photo. Here's Lisa in her chair that she set up and she got her shade. She's the queen of being prepared. Here's at Madison. So okay. So if you guys watched the video at Madison, you guys saw that I went into the courthouse. I used the bathroom first. And then I got distracted by like a shiny thing. I saw a sign that says Outlook or whatever at the Madison building. So I was like, oh, I want to see what that is. So I actually walked up and I was right here on the dome, in the Outlook area. I saw that. That was pretty cool. I took a picture of it. Here's us in front of the Madison building. I'll go back to this picture. But here is the actual view from up there. I thought that was really cool. And I took pictures. If you guys saw the live, then you saw me walking up the stairs. And then there was the spiral staircase. So like the story behind the spiral, I have like a little, not like a fear. Let me see if there's another one. I have like a little concern. Oh, cool. Maybe I'll tune in on that here in a minute. I have a little concern about spiral staircases. When I was a kid, I lived at my grandparents' house in St. Louis in Maryland Heights. And they had a house that they've had since my mom was a baby. Hold on. Someone just messaged me. Oh, you did that. Okay. I'll click on that link out here in a minute and we'll check it out. I want to finish the story real quick. In their old house, there was a 2-level. There was the front, the basic level, and then there was what we would call the basement level. And when me and my mom and dad and little sister, we lived with my grandparents for a little bit, actually for a lot of it, but in that house and in Florida. And they had a spiral staircase that led from the floor to the basement floor. And the basement floor, they converted into a livable area. So there was like 3 bedrooms back there, a living room like area. Like it was like set up for So me, my mom, my dad, and my little sister, we lived in that on the basement floor, and then my grandparents with my uncle before he got married to my aunt. You know, we all lived in the same house basically. And the sterile case, I lived there for a very long time. I want to say from the age of toddler to 8 years old. I fell down that sterile case so many times, slipped, fell, broke down it, constantly hurting myself, constantly getting scratches, bruises, bumped up. I don't think I broke anything, but it was so bad. Hey, Dad. Oh, I'm on a live. Do you have something to tell me?
Later, it's not important right now.
Oh, do you remember the sparrow case?
What?
The sparrow case. What's it called? The walking case at Grandma and Grandpa's house in Maryland Heights.
The sad case.
The spiral
barrel.
The spiral case. The staircase.
Yeah, the one that I slip down all the time.
You slip down too? Yeah.
Oh yeah, everybody does. It was the steps were much too small.
It was very slippery.
Yeah.
And remember how everyone finally made the rule where, especially us kids, weren't allowed to walk on it with just socks, or because we kept slipping and falling and hurting ourselves.
That's called it was cheap.
It was cheap.
That's why you got it. It was cheap.
Oh, okay. Well, they had one at the courthouse in Madison, and when I saw it, I had like a flashback to that one, and I was like a little worried about going up it. But I didn't have a problem with it, but
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, the spiral stair. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
yeah, I was just telling them about it because I was up at the Outlook, looking over the whole city, and like I said, the final staircase, was a spiral one. I was like, oh, wait a minute.
It saves space.
Yeah, it saves space. Yeah.
Well, when you're done with that, I just need to tell you about something about tomorrow. It's not important.
Okay.
You can get by till.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if you guys heard my dad, but he was like, oh, the one I fell down a lot of times. We all fell down it. But yeah, that's why when I saw it and I was like, oh, that's intimidating. Like for a brief moment, I had like flashbacks to that staircase at my grandparents' house. And I was just like, oh boy. Is that what I'm going to have to walk up? Okay. And I already have a thing because I fall and my legs aren't as great as they used to be. So like it takes me, I have a fear of falling down the stairs. Basically, that's one of my fears. So like that's why I'm like holding on to the railing and taking it slow going down the stairs. So that's kind of I'm a weirdo. I don't know what to tell you guys, but anyway, that's why with the staircase, I was like, oh boy. Anyway, it was beautiful up there though. And what's this? Oh, thank you. What's this?
I have no idea, but it's addressed to you.
Oh, it's stamp. It's my stamp book. Ooh, they've kind of got like Dungeons and Dragons stamps. I'm gonna have to get this. That's so cool. Oh my gosh. I was like, what is that? It's Dungeons and Dragons art stamps for this summer. And I used to collect stamps too. I was such a loser. Anyway, and you can get like a special like collector's version of the stamps. And I used to do that. I think I have my stamp book somewhere. I think my mom actually took it. Because I have a tendency of destroying things sometimes. Anyway, I'll have to look at that later. Where was I? Right. So yeah, if you ever go out to Madison for any reason, especially to stand there with the sign that says Free Brendan Dassey, I suggest going in there and walking up and then looking at that. They also have like a little museum. inside of it with kind of like interesting stuff. So, but okay, so I'm going to take a little break and we're going to show this link that is he live right now? Listen live. Is he live right now? You know? Oh, you don't know the schedule? Yeah, turn it down. I don't know if he's live. Somebody's baby. She just be somebody's baby. I can't make what on by. She's gotta be somebody's baby. It's supposed to rain today here in Arizona. Probably somebody's probably like shine tonight. I'm gonna turn it. Can I turn it down more without making it too? I'm gonna leave it right there, and I'm gonna continue talking. I can't share both though at the same time. That's kind of a bummer. But anyway, I'm gonna let it play for a little bit. If I don't hear his voice in like, I don't know, 5 minutes, then I'll turn it off. But he mentioned that at the rally, actually, he was going to be live. He said it during the live, what days he was going to be live on too. So, but if you're friends with him, you know, don't be afraid to reach out to him and ask him when you can catch him on the radio. But the link that she sent me is right here if you guys want to save it for your records. If you guys want to check it out randomly too. I mean, it's oldies, so you can't go wrong with oldies. The bug listening, the bug tuning. On air schedule. Let's see. From the music you grew up with, 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. Then 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. is Pam Janke. And then morning wake with Bob Nelson, and that's 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Then you got morning Mike, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. you got Sarah Kasich, or whatever her name is. And then from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. you got Great Day with Jason Mansmith. Radio Nick on Radio Road from 5 to 8. Sunset Cruise with Mike Patrick, 8 p.m. to 11. And then music you grew up with. So that's the weekends. Wave on the air. It says weekend. I don't know. Oh, Sunday's the wave, Saturday's the wave, weekdays the wave. So I don't know. It doesn't have him featured on here. Yeah, he's new. He may not be updated. So I don't know. Sundays, you got Tuba Dan from 6:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. Then they got Sunday morning church service from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Well, that's interesting. And then music you grew up with on Saturdays or on Sundays. And then Saturdays, you got Tuba Dan, you got Uncle Mark, Workday with Sarah, Retro Radio Road with Steve Torgson. But we're going to turn that off now because they're talking about the news and I don't want to hear about it. Anyway, so I'm going to go back to talking about the pictures. What happened to the pictures? What happened to the pictures? They're right there. There it is. Anyway, so back to this. So this was in front of Madison. This was, you got Katie and James, and here's us. This is day 2, I think, or day 1, or something like that. I don't know. I think it's day 1 actually in Manitowoc. Yep, day 1. Here's more of the outlook that I looking over everything. Here's Madison with the sun. We roll it out. Madison is usually very chill. In the past we used to chant, but today we decided that day we were just very chill. We talked to a lot of people. They stopped by. A lot more people took cards, which I think was awesome. I actually talked about sorry, I was just glanced at Twitter and someone tagged me in something. I actually talked to a defense attorney, and I haven't gone back through the footage yet to see if I could hear 100% what he said, because this was one of those moments where, like I said, I usually keep the camera on me. Sometimes I set it down somewhere and I walk away. I normally tell people I'm with, like, this is live. So, like, I guess I didn't really get that communicated across on day 1. So when I set my camera down for a second to walk away, the people that were sitting around my phone were talking about case stuff and all that. So that's all you really heard. And I told them, they were like, oh, shoot, that was live. And I told them, look, if there was something that you don't want people to know that you said, like if it was something personal or whatever, just let me know and I'll mute it or whatever. Just tell me where in the video if you hear it, and then I'll mute it. It's not a big deal. I don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable. But on day 2 and 3, you heard me walk up to somebody and say, look, I just want to let you know, like, this is constantly live. If you see me holding it, assume it's live. If you see it sitting down somewhere, still assume it's live. So don't say anything you wouldn't want the world to hear on it. So that's basically what, that's how you should be around me at rallies. And when you see me muting, when someone comes up to me and they want to talk to me about something and it seems kind of personal, I will mute. Like, I don't care. I'll mute because I don't want, that to get whatever. But like I said, the reason why I go live is not only so people at home can feel like they're being included in these rallies, but also to document what is happening. And unfortunately, I dropped the ball. The first time was when a defense attorney walked by and I was standing out by the banner without my phone. It was behind me, sitting with a group of people who were talking about case stuff. And me and him had like a good 10-minute conversation about Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey. And trying to think back to it, it wasn't all rainbows and butterflies. I mean, he was as honest as he tried to be. He chose his words very carefully with me because he's a defense attorney. But he basically said he was a defense attorney. When he was going through law school, they studied Brendan's case and his confession and the technicalities of it, not the actual evidence or anything, but they used it as a mock trial example. And they also studied like the confession as far as this is how you not do it. Not necessarily because they're trying to argue that Brendan's innocent, but this is because technically a lot of technical things happened in Brendan's case that were really fucked up. And he even said that. he openly told me he wasn't sure if Brendan or Stephen was 100% innocent because he said he doesn't know because he hasn't seen all the information. Based off of what he's seen, he could say that they at very least deserve a retrial because the court cases and the technicalities in them were fucked up. He believes, just from Stephen's background, that Stephen would be more likely to commit a murder than Brendan. That if Brendan was guilty, hold on. Okay. He says that who was it? I didn't catch the guy's name, the defense attorney that was walking. He was just walking down the street and he saw it and he's like, "What's this about?" And he looked at the banner and he's like, "Oh, it's about this." And me and him were talking a little bit. Like we talked for like a good 10 minutes about it. So that's who. I didn't catch his name because I'm bad with names and I didn't have my camera on me. So this is all hearsay. And it's one of those things. But like I said, it wasn't all like rainbows and butterflies conversation either. It wasn't like, oh yeah, they're both innocent. They both blah, 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 blah. It was, his opinion was basically Stephen could be innocent and he's most likely innocent. And even if Brendan is innocent, Brendan still deserves to be released from prison. There was a lot of details that he didn't know about the case that I told him about. Like I told him about how Len Kaczynski hired a private investigator and essentially set up visits or private interviews with Brendan and with Len Kaczynski and the detectives. And then without him present, without a lawyer. And he looked like, without him? And I was like, yes, without him. And he kind of shook his head. So like there's a lot of things that he doesn't know about the case. And he admitted that. He doesn't know a lot about the details. He just knows what he saw during those segments of court case files when they were doing mock trials and all that during the case. He doesn't know the background, basically. So that's he knows of Stephen Avery, though, just from living in the area for so long. He knows about Stephen Avery's past because that's always in the news and the media. He knows what the news and the media talked about at the time. He knew the only thing that he could say for 100% certainty. And what I mean by 100% certainty, because like I said, he was very careful in what he told me and his opinions on things. He was very, very careful about whether or not, like I said, he said whether Brendan is innocent or guilty, the kid deserves to be free. That's what he said. But what he was 100% certain about was that Ken Kratz is an asshole. That's 100% what he said. Ken Kratz is a fucking asshole. I think those were his exact words. And he worked somehow in the legislature during the whole Ken Kratz sex scandal thing where he was texting vulnerable women. And he said even if it wasn't for nefarious reasons that he was texting them, which we all knew they were. He said that just the fact that he was trying to have a personal relationship with these women, whether it was sexual or friendship or whatever, was still inappropriate and that he's a scumbag. That's basically what he's like. He's a fucking asshole. That's basically what he said. So we both agreed Ken Kratz is an asshole. And yeah, shouldn't have been involved in any of this. So... But yeah, it was an interest. I wish I had the camera up with me so you all can hear it. And it wasn't all, like I said, at the end of it, he said, good luck. And I said, I'm friends with Brendan and it just means a lot to me that I'm trying to do everything I can. And he honestly said, if you want my advice, I would do separate rallies for both Brendan and Stephen. He pointed out that Brendan has more of a case for clemency, that Brendan appears to be more innocent on paper and that it's really hard to support Stephen for a lot of people in Wisconsin. And I was like, well, I'll take there's nothing I could do. Like, I'm not going to have a rally without Stephen involved in it. I'm just, that's always up for debate. A lot of people are like, oh, you should do just Brendan or just Stephen. I can't exclude either one. I don't think that's fair to supporters. I don't think that's fair to the guys. That's just my personal opinion. But I didn't say that to him, but I was just like, well, thank you for stopping by. I gave him my card. I explained to him that we have a petition on the website, on the BrendanDassey.com website, that's going to hopefully help bring a conviction integrity unit into Wisconsin that would help people, not just Brendan and Stephen, but many people. And he said that is something that we definitely need in Wisconsin. And, you know, so it was an interesting conversation. That would be cool under your scars if we had something like that. I have a few ideas of t-shirts I'm going to be making, but that was basically the gist of what. And of course, like I said, I came back to my phone and then the first thing I said to everyone was, he's a defense attorney in Wisconsin. They all were like, oh my God, did you get his name? Did you get it recorded? Of course not. Why would I? The phone was here the whole time, and they were like, oh shit, what were we talking about? And I was like, I don't know. Anyway, there's us four though, and so Carolyn brought her cat. She had to go get her cat because she had an early checkout from her hotel. So Brando was there. It's her cute little kitty Brando. He stole the show. Thought that was adorable little kitty. Then we've got James Crane, and then we've got Katie, and then we've got me. So this was the very first day rally, Madison. I was very happy with how it went. It seemed very positive and well. You know, I always hope for a large turnout, but you know, it is what it is, and I'm glad for what it was. You know, there's more of the outlook. Here's day 2 or day 3 of the rally. I will say I debated if I was going to talk about this, but I'll just go ahead and get it out of the way because I have been getting a lot of messages since I posted this picture. I didn't realize what was happening in it. This person might be flipping off the camera. I'm going to say I don't know if that's him flipping off the camera. It could have been him adjusting his hat, and it looks like it. I don't know. I don't think that person would do that. But if he is doing that, it does make me a little sad because I worked hard at this rally, and I know this is important to me. It's important to Brendan, and I know it's important to Stephen. So, I mean, I hope that's not the case. I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. He's probably was a mistake, but I posted the picture, and a few people commented saying that, is that person flipping off the camera? I don't know if they are, if they're not. But I deleted the picture, and then I reposted it, cutting him out. And if the person or the person's family members are upset, I will explain, it's because people think that he flipped off the camera. Like I said, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I don't know. But anyway, I cut it to like that. Some do as a joke, but not appropriate, cut it out. Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like, I don't know. I'm just pointing it out because, like I said, I've gotten some messages about it. I don't know if I'm giving the benefit of the doubt that it's not what it looks like it is. But anyway, the official picture I posted online, I cut it out. But this is the original. And then here's everyone standing with their signs. I asked people to cheer, so people were putting up their signs. Yay, we're here. Here's me doing a selfie with Pete and Brad. That's cool. Here's at Madison again. Here's me and Lisa. I think this is day 2. And this is us taking a picture. Maybe it's day 1. Yeah, it's day 1. Because of the shirt. Yep. And then she wanted me to take a picture of her with the sign because she fangirls Zellner. We're going to, one of the plans I'm just going to go ahead and put out there that we're going to do is I'm going to email Zellner and Drizzen and Laura and see if maybe they want to stop by next year's rally just to show support. But I'm not guaranteeing that they're going to do it, but I am going to reach out to them and see if maybe they can do it. Because I know they live, I don't know where they live, but I know they're based in Chicago. And I know that's like a 4-hour drive, and maybe they can do that. I don't know. It's up to them, but I am going to reach out and do that. Yep, here's another good photo. I really like this photo. Here's Barb, Leanne, and Carolyn talking. I think they just got there too. Anyway, this was in Madison, I believe, and I've been leaving these little postcards at every gas station on the way there and then there. And then I kind of like stopped doing it on my way home because I was just so like eager to get home. I wasn't thinking clearly, and I was just like, I just got to get home. I just got to get home. So like I got one in Missouri. I got one. But like after that, I just kept spacing it. Like I would just get out of my car, fill up, run inside, use the bathroom, and run back into the car and then keep driving. That's literally the attitude I had. I only stopped once to eat. And I wasn't even really hungry. Like I sat there and I got something that I would normally get at Taco Bell. Like I got the Cheez-It box meal, and it comes with like the Cheez-It Crunch Wrap, a burrito, and then nacho fries and a drink. And I only ate like the Cheez-It Crunch Wrap. And normally I could eat the whole thing. But like I was just like, I just wanted to eat something. But I really wasn't super hungry at all those 2 days. So I didn't really eat. I drank a lot. Like I drank a lot of water and soda and coffee. I drank a lot of coffee. But yeah, so like that was really on the way back home. I didn't really stop for nothing but gas and to pee. So, but here's when I get to Wisconsin and I pulled over to walk around and I wanted to take a good picture of this. And then here's Madison. What Driss says, this is the street that I originally wanted to stop at, this street right here, I believe. And I decided to go back to where the street where the woman's statue is, because when I was driving down the street that I originally told people, they put up these signs there that basically like was for either event parking or police parking or something. There was just I was too worried to park there. And I had so much stuff in the car that I didn't feel like lugging around the Capitol building. It was just me. Like if I had somebody with me, I would have lugged it to that side of the street, but it was just me. And I got there so early and I was just like, you know what, we're just going to set up here and people can, I tried to go live and to make the announcement where I was, and people were still, some of them had to walk around the courthouse, the thing. But I think next year we're just going to stick to where we always stick. And that's in front of the woman's statue, because that just seems to be better parking and more convenient. But see, this is the street me and Linda usually always park at. And then I picked one of these things again because it was just convenient. We put out cards and postcards and some stuff, freebies. And then I had, my drinks were in the car so I could just go back and forth and get them if anybody wanted one. It was just more convenient. This was after day 2 rally. Me, James, Ellen, Carolyn, and Lisa went out for like a meal. We talked case stuff. That was the cool part about this whole entire thing. Not only is standing and being proud for Brendan, but to have these conversations with researchers and supporters and just like bounce things off of each other and like talk and ask questions about the case. And like, it's just, I really enjoyed doing that with everybody. So here's a better picture of the courthouse I got. That's a good picture that I got. But yeah, where I was when I think it was here, or was it here? I think it was here. The outlook is right here, I think. Anyway, this was me in New Mexico trying to take like an artsy like photo with the mountains, but it just kind of still looked kind of trashy to me. But this was actually the first stop after, because like with my car, I stop in the state. What I can stop once in each state and fill up and not have to stop again. So this was actually the time I stopped in New Mexico to get gas. I think it was just actually the pee first and then a gas station later. But anyway, I was trying to be artful. Here's a selfie. We tried to do a selfie stick because Lisa, in that original photo, with us standing in front of the courthouse, Lisa was taking the photo. So, and she was just like, well, I just don't want to be left out of the photo. So then we tried to do a selfie stick, and unfortunately we still left some people out. Like, I think that's Pete right here. And then this is Leanne's son. So like there were still some people that weren't in it, but this was like a selfie that we tried to take so that Lisa can be involved in it. Here's me with the Wisconsin sign holding the postcard. Here's Katie and James at the rally. I took a picture, kind of to show what our rally looked like there. Here's me in front of the thing. Here's me right when I left Arizona, like literally right when I was like, and I'm off. That's all she wrote. There's Pikachu, my buddy Pikachu that I sleep with. Here's me leaving a postcard on that welcome sign. Hey, get out of there. Get. You think. No, you think. You think so, sir, but no. What do you have? Okay. You think you can just go in there and grab what you want. It's not a buffet. It's a litter box. Anyway. So, yeah. I left that there. I don't know if it's still there. I like to think everything that I left while I was driving to and from is still there. But, hey, if this family can leave a freaking sticker on it, family vacation sticker on it, then I can leave a postcard. Just saying. And then I went to Uranus, and I did my usual Uranus live. I considered stopping at Uranus on my way home, but it was closed. And honestly, like I said, my attitude was I just want to get home because I wanted to. There's stuff I have to do, like my dad's birthday and blah blah blah. I'm like, so. This is a picture I took with the postcard. I left it there at Uranus. I left a Brendan Dassey postcard at Uranus. So, and then there's more pictures of these great women with their signs. Here's another attempt at a selfie. This time we definitely got Pete in it, but we missed. I forget the kid's name. He was such a nice kid too. He was talking my ear off. You've had enough of Uranus, right? He was talking my ear off about anime and video games. He was a really nice kid. I really enjoyed talking with him. I just can't remember his name for the life of me. I'm bad with names. I want to keep calling him Justin. I don't know if that's his name. I like this sign. It's a good sign. Is that it? Is that all the pictures I have? Was that it? Yep, that was it. So those are my pictures I have. If anybody out there has more pictures that they took and they want to share with me, that would be really awesome. I would really like that. I'm a picture hoarder, so. And like I said, later I'm going to download those videos that Lisa took lives of on her group, and then I'm going to upload them onto here. I actually have until next Sunday off. So Friday or Saturday, me and Pete can probably do a Positively Brendan Friday or Saturday or Friday, whichever day works for Pete. And yeah, I'm probably going to just rest and hang out tomorrow. I think we have plans for my dad's birthday, so I'll be busy all day dealing with that. But other than that, yeah, I'm very proud of how the rally went. I hope everybody had fun and had a good time. but I also hope that everyone understood the seriousness of the rally, that why we're there. It's for Brendan and Steven. I'm proud that so many different personalities were at the very last day rally, and we all acted like adults, minus the possibility of a birdie. But I mean, I'm going to reserve until I have all the information on that. I don't know. But yeah. But I think that it went very well, and I'm proud of it. I hope you all are proud of it. I'm grateful for every single person that popped in during the live chat, every single person that commented their support on Facebook and under photos, every single person that prayed for me and for others. I appreciate everyone who followed me along in my journey to Wisconsin and back, and all the prayers I received for that. I appreciate everybody who helped me out, no matter how big or small. You guys helped me out. Some of you really helped me out a lot, and you guys know who you are. And I don't want to like announce it unless you guys want me to point you out, but like some of you really helped me out a lot in a lot of different ways. And even some of you who were just there to, be there, to like tell me that it's going to be okay. And, that last, I also want to say, I'm sorry that I cried at the end of day 2 rally and the day 1 Madison day 2 rally, with the cops there and, just Linda not being there. And it was just like my anxiety. And I just had a moment where I just was like, it was just really like a implode moment inside of me, because I really miss Linda a lot. And the whole entire time I'm like, she should be here. There was a moment where I was holding I didn't hold that microphone a lot, not the microphone, but the blowhorn thing. I wasn't holding it a lot. And part of the reason was because I felt like that was Linda's. Like I bought it and I bring it every year, but like I just have memories of like Linda using it. And like I used it for a little bit and then I tossed it to the ground on the grass. And I think this was day 2. Day 1 or day 2. And I walked away and I wasn't really thinking about it or anything. So like there was no, but like maybe a little bit later, I turned back around and I looked down where it was. And I'm not kidding you. It was right in the same spot that Linda would sit in. That one video where Linda was sitting and she was yelling through it. It was right there in that spot. And I was just like, you're here with me. And it was just like a moment of like just knowing that she was here. Like I know she was there the whole time with me. I know she was there in the car driving out there. I know she was in the car, when I was trying to get myself, pepped up for the rallies and after the rallies. And I know she was there talking with me and I was talking with her. Like I know she was there, but like that moment was just definitely like, you're here with us. And it was just a moment, you know what I mean? So when after the cops thing and I was stressed out and I just got into my car and I did feel bad. I felt like 10 minutes of self-loathing or pity or whatever. And just was like, I hope that the cops showing up doesn't deter anybody in the future. That's not a thing that was the first time in like 8 years that's happened. So that's not a thing that happens every year. You know what I mean? So I just felt like I let people down for a minute, but like, and then with Linda, and it was just a lot in that moment, but like, I'm fine. As soon as I turned the camera off, I took some deep breaths, and then I drove to where we were meeting up for lunch/dinner. And I was fine for the rest of the day. I promise you guys. Like I wasn't dwelling on it, other than the next day when I was standing there waiting for the cops to show up again, kind of freaking out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but it was nothing like, yeah. So anyway, I do appreciate all the kind words people have given me throughout this whole experience, and I appreciate some of the snide comments too, because you actually learn a lot from both sides, right? You learn from your haters just like you learn from your supporters. So like, if you have made a hater comment, I've probably seen it, and I've noted it, and I will, take into consideration of it, and um, I'm not mad or anything. I'm just saying, like, it is what it is. But yeah, overall, I'm proud of it, and I hope Brendan's proud of it. I can't wait to talk to him Saturday when he calls and I get to ask him, because the pictures, I sent all these pictures. A lot of these pictures that I showed you guys, I sent them to Brendan, and they haven't been approved yet. It takes like a couple of days for these pictures to be approved on Brendan's side. So I don't think he's seen them yet. But, I hopefully he looks through them and feels proud. And that's the other thing is that if you were at the rally, please share these pictures with Brendan. You can print them out and send it to him. Oh, I need to make an announcement too. I'll have to do that here and then when I get off the live. So Brendan has an email, and Brendan has the text behind service. But Brendan wanted me to tell everybody that if you're going to send him coloring pages, the best way to do it is through snail mail, 100% snail mail. And the reason is that even if you do it by the text behind, it still doesn't print off the way he's very specific with his coloring pages. So if you guys send him coloring pages or would like to send him coloring pages, please consider printing out on just a regular piece of paper. And here, let me get his address up. So hold on a tick. I have this song stuck in my head too. Where is a good picture? Yeah, I can't flash it. I need to maybe next year I'll have like there's this lady, and I can't remember her name right now off the top of my head. Her name's like Ronan or something like that. And I came across her music recently, and I was listening to nothing but her while I was driving. And so, like, in my head, I got the songs. And one of the songs is Pink Pony Girls. So, like, I have that lyric in my head. Pink Pony Girls. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. West Hollywood. Where is the address is at? Pony Club. Pink Pony Club. Okay, well, I can't seem to find the address right now. Well, that's weird. Oh, and then tonight I'm also going to be going through is it here? No, that's not it. Is it this? No, that's not. Wait. No, that's not it. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that folder is about. Is it this? Nope, that's not it. Is it this? Nope, that's not it. Huh. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. Well, golly gee whiz, I can't seem to find a photo of his address. Let me do it this way then. My mom's sending me videos, so if you see something pop up. Because one of my super mods she'll post every Sunday the address and all that, so we'll just do it this way, shall we? Here. So this is his address. If you guys can send coloring pages through snail mail. So print out the coloring page on one piece of paper. with nothing else on the back of it, like just one-sided piece of paper, the coloring page. Put it in an envelope, send it to Brendan. Do not put multiple copies of coloring pages. So one coloring page per envelope. And I know that sounds excessive, but trust me, there's a reason for that. And then send it to Brendan. And that's how he wants his coloring pages sent to him. If you put multiple copies of coloring pages in one envelope, then they will copy front to back, and he can't color them. He only has markers. He likes to color with his markers, and they bleed through. So if you send him 2 or 3, then he gets, what are you doing back here? I told you, the litter box is not a buffet. Or do you just want to stand here and look pretty? So if you send 2 or 3 coloring pages in one envelope, then they will copy front to back at the place. He does not receive original copies of the things we send through snail mail anymore. Unfortunately, that's changed. In 2 years ago, they changed it. So now he only gets copies of things. So that's why he wants me to make that announcement. I forgot this weekend, but I'm telling you guys now, and I'm going to make a post in the groups. If you guys send coloring pages, please do it through snail mail. Yes, it takes a little bit longer to get to him. Yes, it's annoying. Yes, it's like, are you kidding me? I have like 10 coloring pages I want to send to Brendan, and I have to send each one in its own envelope. That's 10 envelopes. You're right. It's annoying. I know. It sucks. But that's unfortunately what we have. There is an option on text behind where you can send documents to Brendan through text behind. I think that's okay to send to him, but I would still only send one document per, because like I know you can send like multiples. I would still only send one per order on text behind, because you don't want it to risk to do back and forth copy, like front to back copy. You just want one sided copies of this. So that's why snail mail is the preferred way. Do not send coloring pages through the email if you're on his email, because he won't. Because yes, he can print it out, but it won't print out the way he likes it, and it's frustrating. It's annoying. So yeah, send it through snail mail. This is how. And then please make sure when you send him any kind of letter, either through snail mail, postcard, anything like that, please include your name and return your full legal name and your return address on the letter, as well as the envelope. They will send it back to you if you just put your last name and your return address. Believe it or not, they will send it back to you, and they want it Americanized standard on an envelope, which is at the top left corner. And I know some UK people put their return address on the back of the envelope. I've heard mixed stories on whether or not he gets those, but I definitely tell people the top left corner, your full name and your return address. And then I say on the letter itself, just in case. It's just easier for him to read, to write you back. That's how, if you do send a letter through text behind, because you can do that on text behind, still write your full name and return address in the letter, include it with the letter, because when text behind prints out those letters and gives it to him, he doesn't get, they don't tell him where it came from. They just tell him you got a letter. They don't tell him the return address or anything like that. So you have to include it on there. But that's my little announcement from Brendan. I'm going to make a post in the group about it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to mention. So like I said, tonight I'm going to go on the t-shirt website, and I'm going to start working on all the money that I haven't looked at it in like a month. So I don't know how much money is in there. Like I can tell you right now too. But here, Teespring. It takes like a month too for the money from Teespring to get from the website, because they changed the way they do it now. So I may not get this until next month anyway, if I don't hit the deadline for doing a cash out. Let me see. Payouts. I have $94.79 waiting for me. That's cool. So I'm going to go ahead and then figure out, because so all the Rally t-shirt money profits are going to be split evenly between Brendan and Steven. And then the money, because other people have probably bought other things other than the Rally t-shirts, like actual Brendan merchandise. So Brendan might get a little bit more money than Steven. So, but either way, I'm going to figure that out tonight and probably make another little announcement in the next few days as far as, and then I'll definitely post screenshots when I deposit the money. See, PayPal payouts must be requested by the 21st of the month in order to be included in the payout process in the end of the month. So we're on time. So I should be getting this at the end of the month. So at the end of the month, I'll deposit Brendan and Steven's money into their accounts, and I'll post screenshots of me doing that for you guys, so that way you know that that's where the money went, like I always do. And then I do want to say the raffle that Melly is doing in our group, nobody has claimed the prize, which the main prize was a Rally t-shirt. Nobody's claimed it yet. I think whoever won it hasn't claimed it, or what. I don't know exactly the situation. I think the person who won it already had a Rally t-shirt, so they said give it to somebody else. And I think she said if anybody in the group wanted it, they were gonna to contact her for somebody who didn't get a Rally t-shirt that would like one. But I don't think anyone has done that yet. So I'm gonna contact Melly and then see what's going on with that. But like, I'm not sure when the next raffle is gonna be. I think that's awesome that she's doing this, guys. So like, it seems like a lot of fun. The money from the last raffle, I bought Brendan like a bunch of stuff with it that he needed, like his drinks and stuff, and stuff like that. So I'm gonna post a screenshot to that probably tonight too. I took the screenshot of the receipt of it, and I just kept spacing posting it. But I did buy him like, I think it was like $80 worth of like stuff, like his drinks and all that. So, which he should have gotten too recently. I'll have to ask him if he got it okay. Anyway, a lot of stuff happening, y'all. But as we as I close off this live, I want to thank everybody for being at the rallies, for being there online, for, and every little bit of support, no matter how big or small you guys think it is, it means the world to Brendan. It really does. So whether you tweet, you send a letter, you're in the groups, you're commenting, there's petitions to sign. Even if you couldn't make it to a rally, just know that just praying for him and supporting in the ways that you can support still mean the world to him. He loves everybody. And I mean that. He loves you all. If anything that you guys do for him, he knows it's special, and he knows that you all care. The phone call. So he called me Saturday morning, and here, let me actually just play. Let me see if I can play the video. He called me Saturday morning, and I asked him if he was able to maybe call me around 1:00 his time for me to, so that he could talk to rally goers, basically. Pink Pony Club. I'm going to keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. Sorry. That's what I mean. Like, the song has been in my head. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and... It scared me. Holy shit. Okay. Let me see. Expand it. All right. Wait. I'm still going to have to do it this way. Hold on. Hold on. I'm still going to have to do it this way first. That scared the shit out of me when it randomly started playing like that. I was like, ah! Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and play the video. This is one that Lisa took. Can you hear it?
Love you, Lisa. Lisa S. Love you, hon. Brendan Dassey is on the phone. There's his brother, Brad.
Who is it? Oh, Brad. Yeah, hi, how are you? Pretty good. Yeah, we miss you. Want to say hi to my fiance, Brooklyn?
Hey, Brendan. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Good, good, thank you. Good to hear from you. I have.
Hi, this is your father. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. I don't care if you get. He thought I was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did.
Ellen, Scoop the dog, talking to Brendan Dassey. I thought that was you.
That was me.
Hi, hello, Huggins. Side hug. James Crane.
Hey, Brendan, it's Marianne from Baker, Illinois. I'm sending you some support and love, and always supporting you.
Hi, Brendan. My name is Tina. I'm Marianne's sister. My first year here. I support you. I will be here for as long as it takes. Keep
So
it safe.
sweet.
Hey, Brendan, it's Leanne, and I just took back his phone. How you doing, hon? We're good. We're doing good. Hey, love you. Talk to you later.
That was awesome, Becca. Yeah. We love you, Brendan.
How you doing in there?
Well, there you have it. We got a phone call at the rally from Brendan Dassey, the man himself. I've been blessed to be able to share a room with Becca, and he called this morning too. That was pretty darn cool. I've only talked to him a handful of times, maybe 4 or 5 times before this on the phone, and that was just really cool. So there's a lot of people that haven't talked to him at all, and that was pretty neat, you guys. So hi, Jessica. Hi, Shane. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Sheila. I know you. But we just took a group photo on the stairs a little bit ago. And we are going to be headed, I think I told everybody already, but from here we're going to the sign. While the sign is still there, the Avery Salvage Yard sign, and get a group picture there. Then we're going to, and that's going to be around 3 o'clock-ish. And then, I don't know if it's 3 or 3:30. I can't remember. I think 3. Then we're going to go to the Two Rivers family restaurant where Mama Avery loved going. We're going to head there. And then after that, I think a bunch of us are going to be going to the hotel that we're staying at, and they have like a couch area where we can all hang out and talk the case, which is freaking awesome. If you guys get a chance to see fellow supporters and talk about the case, I guarantee you will come away learning something new. I learned tons from everybody. I learned tons from Becca, Scoop the dog, James. It was really awesome to sit there and talk about the case. And it was neat. And I think I shared a couple things that they didn't know. So that was cool. Felt so super smart. Yeah, so I just wanted to jump in real quick while Brendan was on the phone. I'm sorry I didn't even get a description on here because I didn't think of it all. So I'm like, I should probably be live right now. But we do have a couple of supporters here who also have it live, so maybe we can get that in group as well at some point. So, but yeah, we're having a good time. It's super hot out here. I have my shaded chair. I'm already sitting. I'm done. But yeah, so we were just hanging out and shouting out and doing some chants and stuff to the traffic as they're going by. A lot of people have their windows open today because it's hot, but not too hot for them because they're in cars with wind coming in. But yeah, I think it's good. We're getting a lot of honks, aren't we? Yeah, lots of honks, and it's really been great. Yeah, we've only had like a few head shakes or whatever, and that's it. Usually they just kind of shake their heads. So, but I best get to getting and get my sign back up and start educating folks. And not too many people are walking by today, so we don't have the opportunity to hand out flyers or talk about the case like we did yesterday. That's why Friday is so good, because we get to talk to people. But yeah, and we are being rebels, and we are on the grass today. But we think we're allowed to today, so that's pretty awesome, because there's no courthouse stuff going on. So, alrighty, so I just wanted to touch base with y'all and let you know what's going on. And you got to hear Brendan Dassey on the phone, which is pretty cool. Hopefully you could hear it okay. But we're all pretty stoked that happened. I knew it was going to happen. I just didn't tell people, so I was hush-hush about it. But anyways, okay, all right. Well, you guys have a good day, and I will probably come back at some point later, and I'll try to put a description on the video. That would help. So, alrighty, guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I when I asked him, she was, like I said, she was in the hotel, so she heard me ask him, and then I told her too, like, I'm gonna see if Brendan can do that. I didn't want to tell everybody at the rally at the time, because I didn't want people to get their hopes up, because there's multiple factors, like maybe he can't get to the phone, maybe the day room's closed, maybe there's like different reasons why he can't call right at a certain time sometimes, but luckily he was able to do that for us, and everyone got to say hi and give a little message of support, and he got to say hi back, and everyone, and it was like a full 20-minute conversation. A few people still came up and made comments to him, and he made comments back. So like it was a nice little phone call, and I think he really appreciated hearing everybody. What was really cool about it too is that people were honking their horns for support. So while he was on the phone, he got to hear that too. He got to hear people honking and cheering, and so like it was awesome. I asked him because I think it would do not only the supporters good to hear his voice and to be able to share a little message with him and say hi and show that, I'm out here supporting for you, Brendan, and blah, blah, blah. But also I think it was good for him to hear everybody and to, hear that the rally was happening and it was going good and we're all making him proud. So it was for not only for Brendan, but for us too. So I'm glad that we were able to do that. And maybe next year I can see if Steven can call. I don't know. I've never talked to Steven before. I've sent him letters and stuff throughout the years, like not like letters, but like birthday cards and holiday cards. And that's fine. He's never responded to me, but I don't know if he knows me or knows of me or anything like that. But maybe next year, one of his friends can come and they can do the same, or whatever. It's just because I think it's good for them. I think it's good for them to know that they have what's going on out here for them, and to hear positive support and reactions like the honking, like that's pretty powerful in my opinion. So, yeah, it was a little bit of a secret. I did tell another person because they had to leave a little bit sooner than the rally ended, and I wanted to make sure that they were definitely there for it. So I told them, and then they and it's not a big deal that they did, but they told another person, so they kind of knew of it. It was fine. I was like laughing when she's like, I was good, I only told like one person. I just didn't want people to feel let down or sad or whatever if he couldn't call. That's all. I didn't want to do that. So when he called, I was like, everybody come here. So that's why everyone was standing in a circle around me. And like you saw, I put the phone and I let them say, what they wanted to say. And he said whatever he wanted to say back. And yeah, it was a good time. I think everybody had fun. I had fun. But I think that's all I really needed to tell you all. It's getting late here. I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm going to go do that. But yeah, I think that's it. So All right. Well, I hope everybody has a fantastic night. If you do have videos and pictures out there, please feel free to post them in our group. If you have videos and you don't mind, if you can send them to me and I'll post them on Brendan Talks so other people, if you don't want to, that's fine. But if you guys are watching and you have like a little video you want to share, please feel free to send it to me and I'll upload it on the channel. The channel is like, to me, it's just I like a time capsule in a way. Like when Brendan gets out, he can go through the channel and rewatch everything. And not only is it for trying to get information about Brendan out there and like to try to get his story out there, but it's also for him in a way, you know, like he can go back and look through all the rally stuff and he can look at supporter stuff. That's why sometimes I post supporter videos and stuff like that. So, but yeah. But I hope everybody has a fantastic evening, and I'll see you guys either Friday or Saturday with the Moose. The Moose won't be on the loose anymore. He'll be in Dassey studio. So I'm going to close it off with, what's this one. Bye, everybody.
I don't know for how long I'll get to hold your hand, to be your guiding light in the darkest of nights. I will try to do my best until the day that I'll die. I won't lie, it's not going to be easy, but I'll try. Don't you worry, I'm not going anywhere. I will stay here, and as long as my heart beats like a drum, then I won't back down. No, I won't back down. I know that we will fight, too proud to say the other one was right. One day you will leave and start your own family. I will try to do my best until the day that I die. I won't lie, it's not going to be easy, but I'll try. Don't you worry, I'm not going anywhere. I will stay here, and as long as my heart beats like a drum, then I won't back down. No, I won't back down. As long as my heart beats like a drum, then I won't back down. Don't you worry, I'm not going anywhere. I will stay here, and as long as my heart beats like a drum,